Delta. Lea Goodrem, born the 9th of November 1984, is an Australian singer, songwriter, and actress. Born and raised in Sydney, New South Wales, she enrolled in dancing, acting, singing and piano classes at a young age. She began her career as a child actress, starring in various television shows. She rose to prominence in 2002 playing a shy schoolgirl called Nina Tucker in the Australian soap opera Neighbours. Venturing into the music industry, Goodrem signed to Sony Music at the age of 15 and released her debut album, Innocent Eyes, 2003, which topped the ARIA Albums Chart for an all-time record of 29 consecutive weeks and reached number 2 on the UK Albums Chart. It became one of the highest-selling albums in Australian history, with over 4 million copies sold worldwide on all 5 of its singles: Born to Try, Lost Without You, Innocent Eyes, Not Me, Not I, and Predictable, reaching number 1 on the ARIA Singles Chart and the first 3 reaching the top 10 in the UK Single Chart. This made Goodrem the first and only artist to have 5 number 1 singles from a debut album. Innocent Eyes is the best-selling album of the 2000s decade in Australia and the debut album with the most number 1 singles. Her second studio album, Mistaken Identity, 2004, was created while she was suffering from cancer and several of its themes reflect this. It became her second number 1 album and brought her 2 more number 1 singles, including Out of the Blue. In 2007, Goodrem released Delta, her third number 1 album, which saw another number 1 single, In This Life. Her fourth studio album, Child of the Universe, 2012, produced the successful single, Sitting on Top of the World. In 2016, her fifth album, Wings of the Wild, became her fourth number 1 album on the ARIA Albums Chart, while giving her another number 1 single, Wings. Goodrem has a total of 9 number 1 singles and 17 top 10 hits on the ARIA Singles Chart. She has sold over 8 million albums globally and overall has won 3 World Music Awards, 9 ARIA Music Awards, an MTV Video Music Award and several other awards. From 2012 to 2013, she served as a coach on The Voice Australia, and won The Voice Kids Australia in 2014. She returned to The Voice Australia in 2015, finally taking the win in Season 5 in 2016 and again in Season 6 in 2017. Biography, 1984 to 2000. Early life, education, and discovery. Goodrem was born on the 9th of November 1984, to Dennis and Lee, who are now divorced. She has a younger brother, Trent, who is an Australian rules football player with the Central District Football Club in the South Australian National Football League, SANFL. Goodrem's parents named her Delta after Joe Cocker's song, Delta Lady. At the age of 7, Goodrem appeared in an American advertisement for the Galoob Toy Company, starring alongside fellow Australian Beck Cartwright, and began playing piano at the same age while taking up singing, dancing and acting lessons. She appeared in numerous commercials for companies such as Optus and Nesquik, and had several minor roles in episodes of successful Australian television shows including Hey Dad, A Country Practice, and Police Rescue. While residing at Glenhaven, a suburb of Sydney, Goodrem attended the Hills Grammar School in neighbouring Kenthurst, from kindergarten until year 11. She is known to return to her alma mater for visits. At the age of 13, Goodrem recorded a 5-song demo CD, financed through her television work. It was sent to the Sydney Swans, of which Goodrem is a supporter, and they passed it on to Glenn Wheatley, the manager behind successful Australian artists, Little River Band and John Farnham. Interested in Goodrem's potential as a recording artist, Wheatley signed Goodrem to an artist development deal with independent label Empire Records. Between June 1999 to September 2000, she worked with producers Paul Higgins and Trevor Carter on 13 tracks for an album called Delta, which saw an ambitious 15-year-old keen to emulate the pop sound of the Spice Girls, Britney Spears and Mandy Moore. The album has yet to surface, Goodrem preventing its release years later via civil action in 2004. 2001-2003. Career launch. Neighbours. Innocent Eyes and cancer diagnosis. At the age of 15, Goodrem signed a record deal with Sony and began work on an album of pop dance songs including the unsuccessful debut single, I Don't Care, which peaked at number 64 on the ARIA Singles Chart in November 2001. The album and proposed second single, A Year Ago Today, were pushed aside as a result, allowing Goodrem and Sony to re-evaluate her future musical direction. In 2002, Goodrem took up the role as shy school girl and aspiring singer Nina Tucker in the popular soap Neighbours, which helped relaunch Goodrem's music career. The piano-based ballad, Born to Try, co-written by Audius Mountawarira, premiered on the show and reached number 1 on the ARIA Singles Chart and number 3 in the UK. Born to Try was certified triple platinum in Australia for sales of over 210,000 copies. Goodrem's role on the show scored her a Logie for Most Popular New Talent at the 2003 Logie Awards in January 2003. Lost Without You topped the ARIA Singles Chart and reached number 4 in the UK. It was certified double platinum for sales over 140,000 copies in Australia. Goodrem's largely self-penned debut album, Innocent Eyes, was released on the 21st of March 2003 in Australia and debuted at number 1 on the ARIA album charts, breaking Australian records previously held by John Farnham's Whispering Jack, 1986, by staying at number 1 for 29 consecutive weeks, while tying with Neil Diamond's Hot August Night, 1972, as the second longest charting number 1 album with a total of 29 weeks at top spot. It was the highest-selling album in Australia of 2003 and sold 1.2 million copies in Australia, and over 4 million worldwide. The album also charted highly in the UK, peaking at number 2. The album's third single, Innocent Eyes, again reached number 1 on the ARIA Singles Chart and number 9 in the UK. It was certified platinum in Australia for sales over 70,000 copies. On the 8th of July 2003, at the age of 18, Goodrem was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. She was forced to put all working commitments on hold while undertaking treatment for the disease. In an exclusive interview with the Australian Women's Weekly, Goodrem revealed that, since 2002, she had suffered from a head-to-toe rash, fatigue, weight loss, night sweats, and a lump on her neck. I was doing sit-ups when I felt something pop in my neck. I reached down and I felt a small lump at the base of my throat. It wasn't sore, it wasn't visible, but I could feel it. As part of her treatment, Goodrem undertook chemotherapy, which resulted in the loss of her hair, and radiation therapy. The news of her diagnosis made newspaper and television headlines, and an outpouring of support was shown by fans and the general public alike. Goodrem thanked them during the Visualize tour for all the letters and well wishes she received. The album's fourth single, Not Me, Not I, was released following the announcement Goodrem had been diagnosed with cancer. It became her fourth consecutive number 1 single in Australia, overtaking the previous effort of 3 number 1s from Kylie Minogue's debut album, Kylie. 1988. It was certified platinum for sales over 70,000 copies. In early August, Goodrem announced she would not renew her contract with Glenn Wheatley. Her mother, Lea Goodrem, replaced him as her manager. Later that month, Goodrem won 7 ARIA Awards, including Best Female Artist, surpassing Natalie Imbruglia's previous record of 6 awards in 1999. As Delta was too unwell to perform at the ceremony herself, singer Darren Hayes performed a rendition of "Lost Without You" as a tribute, bringing an overwhelmed Goodrem to tears. Her first full-length DVD, Delta, became the highest-selling music DVD by an Australian artist in Australia ever, with a certification of 11x Platinum. The Australian-only release "Predictable" became her 5th consecutive #1 on the ARIA Singles Chart in December and was certified double platinum for sales of over 140,000 copies. 2004-2006. Mistaken Identity and the Visualized Tour. After announcing in late December 2003 that she was in remission, Goodrem began work on her second studio album. Goodrem received 2 nominations at the 2004 Logie Awards, including a Gold Logie nomination for Most Popular Personality on Australian Television. In September 2004, she became the face of soft drink company Pepsi in Australia, appearing on the product, billboards, TV advertisements and performing an exclusive show for competition winners. In October, Goodrem launched her own lingerie line titled Delta by Annabella. Goodrem's second album, Mistaken Identity, was released in Australia on 8 November 2004 and debuted at #1 on the ARIA Albums Chart. It was certified 5 times platinum for sales of 350,000 copies. The album spent 46 weeks in the top 50. It also reached #7 in New Zealand, and peaked at #25 in the UK. The album's lead single, Out of the Blue, which was co-written and produced by Guy Chambers, was released prior to the album on 8 October 2004. Out of the Blue debuted at #1 on the ARIA Singles Chart and #9 in the UK. This was Goodrem's 6th straight #1 single in Australia. It was certified platinum in Australia. The second single, Mistaken Identity, was released only in Australia, debuted at #7 and was certified gold. Almost Here, a duet with Irish singer Brian McFadden, was released as the third single and reached #3 in the UK and became her 7th ARIA #1, along with her first #1 in Ireland. It was certified platinum in Australia. A Little Too Late was released only in Australia and peaked at #13. Be Strong was released as the album's 5th and final single in Australia as a digital download on the 16th of October 2005. At the time of release, digital downloads were not included as part of the main singles chart. Therefore it was ineligible to chart. Much of the album, in particular, Extraordinary Day, was inspired by her battle with cancer. Reflecting on that period of her life, Goodrem said, "It's weird to see pictures of that time. In some ways the fact that I was so sick was so out there. And yet I kept it really private. No one saw me on the days I was really sick. I was 18 when I was diagnosed and I had a #1 album and single in the country. And in the UK, I was #2. It was such a bipolar year." In March 2005, Goodrem starred in her first film role in Hating Ellison Ashley, a film based on the children's novel by Robin Klein, with Goodrem acting the title character. The film performed poorly at the box office and was not a critical success, with some critics citing Goodrem's performance as too robotic and detached. April 2005 saw Goodrem relocate to New York to launch her career in the United States with a reworked version of Lost Without You. She appeared in the last 2 episodes of the short-lived American series North Shore in a bid to gain greater exposure. Lost Without You proved to be modestly successful, peaking at number 18 on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. But Goodrem was reportedly dissatisfied with its performance. Plans to release a hybrid of her first 2 albums were later terminated and Goodrem put America on hold. In July, Goodrem embarked on her first headline concert tour of Australia, the Visualized Tour. Ticket prices, $90 each, came under criticism for being higher than most international acts touring Australia at the time, and this initially led to slow sales. By the time the concerts were due to take place, many venues sold out after tickets were reduced to $60. Once the tour concluded, over 80,000 tickets had been bought in total, making the Visualized Tour one of Australia's highest-selling local tours. The Visualized Tour Live in Concert was released in November and became Goodrem's second No. 1 DVD. On the 15th of March 2006, Goodrem performed a new song, Together We're One, at the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony in front of 80,000 spectators and up to 1.5 billion television viewers worldwide. The song, written specifically for the event, was released in Australia where it peaked at number 2 on the ARIA Singles Chart. It was performed by the top 5 contestants on Season 5 of American Idol. In June 2006, Goodrem signed to Modest Entertainment for her worldwide management. In October 2006, Goodrem promoted in Japan with the release of an updated version of Innocent Eyes and the Japan-only single, Flawed, which reached number 1 on the Japanese download chart. The album peaked at number 8 on the Japanese International Chart, excluding Japanese artists, and number 19 on the official Japanese Album Chart, including Japanese artists. In November, Goodrem appeared with Westlife on UK talent series The X Factor to perform a duet titled All Out of Love, which appeared on the boy band's 9th LP, The Love Album. She was in Melbourne on Christmas Eve to headline the annual Carols by Candlelight 2007-10 Delta and Believe Again tour. Goodrem's third studio album, the eponymous Delta, was released in Australia on the 20th of October 2007. Goodrem described the material as a lot lighter compared to her previous album Mistaken Identity. She has also stated, as people become more aware of your life, they can pinpoint what songs are about. On this album, I've tried to remove a lot of that and just write great pop songs. Songs that are from my heart, but there's no baggage with them. The album debuted at number 1 on the ARIA Albums Chart, making it her third number 1 album in her home country, and received platinum certification for shipments of 70,000 records. Though sales were much lower, only 23,000 copies were sold during the first week. In December the album was certified 2x platinum. It eventually was certified 3x platinum in 2008. In New Zealand, the album debuted at number 12 on the RIANZ Albums Chart. On the 10th of August 2007, Goodrem was in Los Angeles to film the music video for the album's lead single, In This Life, which is also the opening theme for the anime Delta Request, based on the novels by fellow Australian Emily Rodda. The video premiered on the 31st of August on Sunrise. In This Life was officially released on the 15th of September. It debuted at number 1 on the Australian Singles Chart, becoming Goodrem's 8th number 1 single in Australia. It was certified platinum. The second single, Believe Again, was released on the 10th of December. It debuted and peaked at number 2 on the ARIA Singles Chart and was certified gold. The third single, You'll Only Break My Heart was released on the 29th of March 2008 and peaked at number 14. The fourth single to be lifted from the album was I Can't Break It to My Heart, which debuted and peaked at number 13. Following the release of the lead single, Goodrem currently holds the record for most number one singles on the ARIA charts by any artist, with a total of 8. In 2008, Goodrem focused on promoting music in Japan and the United States. She released In This Life on the 23rd of January in Japan. She followed that up by releasing Delta on the 20th of February. The album peaked at number 8 on the Japanese International Chart and number 39 on the overall chart. The album sold almost 5,000 copies in its first week, 1,000 copies more than her previous album in Japan, and overall sold over 30,000 copies in Japan. In the United States, Goodrem released In This Life on the 15th of April 2008. In This Life was released to US radio on the 9th of April. It was first released to the AAA radio format, and then to the adult contemporary and hot adult contemporary formats. On the 17th of June 2008, Goodrem appeared for the second time on any Billboard chart with a single, debuting at number 40 on the Hot Adult Top 40 Tracks chart. The song later peaked at No. 21. According to Nielsen SoundScan, the track sold 7,000 digital downloads in the week ending on the 24th of June 2008. The song also charted at number 20 on the Hot Adult Top 40 Recurrence. The album was then released on the 15th of July 2008 in the United States and Canada under the label Mercury Records. It peaked at number 18 on the U.S. iTunes Store. It later debuted at number 116 on the US Billboard Album Chart and No. 1 on Billboard's Top Heatseekers with sales of 6,000 copies. Overall, the album sold over 21,000 copies in the United States. In July 2008, it was announced that Goodrem would embark on a national tour of Australia, titled the Believe Again Tour. She originally announced 9 dates in 7 cities, but later announced more shows, performing 14 in 8 cities. The tour ran from the 9th of January to the 4th of February 2009. A concert DVD of the tour was released on the 18th of September 2009. It was called Believe Again, Australian Tour 2009. It peaked at number 1 on the Australian ARIA DVD chart and was certified gold for sales over 7,500 copies. Goodrem also recorded a duet, Right Here With You, with Olivia Newton-John to help raise money for Newton-John's Cancer Hospital in Melbourne. Goodrem was nominated for 2 awards at the 2008 ARIA Awards, Highest Selling Single and Highest Selling Album, and won the award for Highest Selling Album of 2008 at the 2008 World Music Awards, held on the 9th of November in Monaco. Goodrem received her 3rd World Music Award for World's Best-Selling Australian Artist. In March 2010, Goodrem and Guy Sebastian were chosen by the Jackson estate to perform at the Australian launch of Michael Jackson's This Is It DVD. The invitation-only event was attended by the film's director Kenny Ortega, Jackson's choreographer Travis Payne, and Jackson's brother Jackie Jackson. Goodrem and Sebastian performed Earth Song 2011-14, Child of the Universe, The Voice, on the 24th of November 2011. Goodrem was confirmed to be a part of the judging panel of the Australian version of The Voice, which aired in early 2012, coaching alongside Keith Urban, Joe Madden, and Seal. Some of Goodrem's decisions on the show sparked criticism, with comments she was all style and little substance. Rachel Leah Carr was Goodrem's contestant in the final 4. This was after Goodrem chose Lea over Glenn Cunningham, who was Goodrem's backup singer on her Believe Again tour in 2009. Lea finished third. Goodrem returned for Season 2 in 2013, again with Madden and Seal, with Ricky Martin replacing Urban. Goodrem's finalist for Season 2 was Celia Pavey, who also finished third. An announcement was made on the 19th of March 2012, stating that there is now a countdown on Goodrem's official website to the 30th of March, with the promise of something new, something fresh, something altogether exciting. On that day, it was then announced that Goodrem would be releasing her new single, Sitting on Top of the World. Sitting on Top of the World debuted and peaked at number 2 on the ARIA Singles Chart and was certified double platinum. It also peaked number 23 in New Zealand and was certified gold. The album's second single, Dancing with a Broken Heart, was released on the 10th of August 2012. It debuted and peaked at number 15 on the ARIA Singles Chart, and is Goodrem's second lowest charting single to date. The third single, Wish You Were Here, was released on the 12th of October 2012. Wish You Were Here debuted at number 7 on the ARIA charts and later peaked at number 5, and was certified platinum. Goodrem's fourth studio album, Child of the Universe, was released on the 26th of October 2012. Which debuted at number 2 on the ARIA charts and spent 10 weeks in the top 50. It was certified gold in its second with for sales of 35,000 copies. Along with the release of the album, Goodrem embarked on her An Evening with Delta, the Top of My World shows, which supported the album release with a series of stripped-back shows, starting in Brisbane on the 27th of October, then 2 Sydney shows on the 31st of October 2012 and the 2nd of November 2012, and finishing with Melbourne on 7 and the 8th of November 2012. Rachel Lea was the tour's opening act. Goodrem was featured on the album Spirit of Christmas 2012, singing Blue Christmas. In November, she also recorded a Christmas EP titled Christmas. It was released on the 14th of December 2012 in Australia and New Zealand. On the 1st of February 2013, it was confirmed that Goodrem had signed with US manager Irving Azoff. Goodrem performed at the Mardi Gras in Sydney in March 2013. This was a late-night performance in Mardi Grasland, which was well received by critics. She performed dance version of some of her hit songs including Born to Try, Lost Without You, Predictable, Believe Again, Child of the Universe, and Sitting on Top of the World. In May 2013, Jeffrey Gurumul joined Goodrem for a special performance of Bayani on The Voice Australia, in celebration of National Reconciliation Week. The song was later released on iTunes and debuted at number 4 on the ARIA Singles Chart on 10 June 2013. On the 17th of June 2013, Goodrem released her new single, Heart Hypnotic, which she also performed on the live finale of The Voice. Goodrem celebrated 10 years since releasing her multi-platinum album Innocent Eyes, which topped the Australian ARIA charts and reached number 2 on the UK Albums Chart by releasing Innocent Eyes 10-year anniversary acoustic edition on the 29th of November 2013, which debuted and peaked at number 22 on the ARIA Albums Chart. On the 26th of November 2013, it was announced that Goodrem would not be returning to The Voice Australia for the third season in 2014, but instead chose to be a part of the new Australian version of The Voice Kids. Goodrem revealed on her Twitter account that the decision was made because this would give her more time on her music career and more time to work on her new album. The show premiered on the 22nd of June 2014 and finished on the 10th of August. Goodrem was a coach alongside Joe Madden. who teamed up with his brother Benji Madden and Mel B. Darren McMullen hosted The Voice Kids while also remaining on the original version. Goodrem attended the 2014 Actor Awards where she performed Kissing You in tribute to Baz Luhrmann's film Romeo plus Juliet. Goodrem joined the Australian and New Zealand leg of Andrea Bocelli's Passion for Life tour in September 2014. To celebrate being part of the tour, Goodrem released a cover of Martika's 1991 single, Love Thy Will Be Done, on the 12th of September 2014. 2015 present. Return to Neighbours. Stage debut and Wings of the Wild. It was announced on the 13th of January 2015 that Goodrem was returning as a judge The Voice Australia for the show's fourth season. Goodrem's single, Only Human, was released on the 13th of March to coincide with her return as Nina Tucker. For Neighbours' 30th anniversary, she returned for 3 episodes starting from the 16th of March. Goodrem also appeared in a documentary special celebrating the anniversary titled Neighbours 30th. The Stars Reunite, which aired in Australia and the UK. She joined the Australian leg of Ricky Martin's One World Tour in April as his supporting act. She also revealed that she has been working with DNA and John Hume. Wings was released as the lead single from her 5th studio album on the 24th of July 2015. The song peaked at number 1 on the ARIA charts and was certified platinum. Goodrem also promoted the single in New Zealand and the UK. From October 2015 to February 2016, Goodrem made her musical theatre debut playing Grizabella in an Australian version of Cats. She performed the role in the Sydney, Hobart, Melbourne and Brisbane legs of the show. Dear Life was released on the 6th of May 2016 as the second single from Wings of the Wild. The single debuted and peaked at number 3 on the ARIA Singles Chart and was later certified gold. Enough, featuring rapper Gizzle, was released as the third single on the 24th of June 2016 and debuted at number 46 on the ARIA Singles Chart. Wings of the Wild was released on the 1st of July 2016. The River was later released with a story music video for the tour in September 2016. While she was in New Zealand, Goodrem made her House Husbands debut in 2017. In 2017, Delta became the V8 Supercars Australia ambassador, promoting this sport and being the official performer at the racing events throughout the year. In 2017, an advertisement for Apple Music featuring Goodrem was criticized by the Advertising Standards Bureau, ASB, for promoting unsafe driving. Complaints about the video to the Bureau stated that it does not promote safe driving, and features Goodrem placing her head and arms outside a moving vehicle and moving around in a motor vehicle with no clearly visible safety belt. In response to the complaints, Apple Inc. said that it felt confident that the advertisement didn't breach the Australian Association of National Advertisers, ANA, Advertiser Code of Ethics Standards and saw no issues relating to car safety, with both individuals in the car wearing lap seat belts. The ASB said that people may not realize that vintage cars are fitted with lap seatbelts which are not clearly seen in the video. The advertisement was pulled from screening and wouldn't re-air until Apple re-edited it with all parts featuring Goodrem's arms and hands outside of the car window removed. Dropped surprise single on February 15, 2018, called Think About You, called a sexy banger by reviewers. Personal life. In 2004, Goodrem began a 9-month relationship with Australian tennis player Mark Philippoussis. Her comeback single, Out of the Blue, was written about his support during her cancer battle. The couple's relationship ended in controversy when newspapers reported Philippoussis had been unfaithful. Later in 2004, Goodrem began dating former Westlife singer Brian McFadden, with whom she collaborated on the duet, Almost Here. The pair ended their relationship in April 2011. In May 2011, Goodrem started dating Nick Jonas. They broke up in February 2012. In July 2017, Goodrem was fined and suspended from driving after at least 2 accounts of speeding offences. She received a letter in May 2017 informing her about her infringements, and later sought to dispute the notices at a planned trial date with the Downing Centre local court on 4 July 2017. However, her management later told the court that she withdrew the appeal. Legacy and artistry. Goodrem's repertoire falls under the pop and adult contemporary styles, and heavily features the piano, which she usually plays barefoot while performing live. Goodrem is also known for her technically skilled soprano voice, which in a review of Delta was described as crystalline, fierce and illuminating in quality. Delta has also endorsed many things such as We, Sanitarium, So Good, Neskik, Sunsilk and Pepsi. Delta has also released an underwear range, Delta by Annabella, briefly 2004 to 2006, and a self-titled perfume. Goodrem was honoured with a wax figure at Madame Tussauds in Sydney's Darling Harbour, which opened in April 2012. The singer donated to the attraction a dress that she had previously worn on stage. Her debut album, 2003's Innocent Eyes, made her one of Australia's highest-selling female recording artists, spending 29 weeks at No. 1, selling over 1.2 million copies in Australia and another 4.5 million internationally, debuting at number 2 in the UK and breaking various records in the process. In 2004, Goodrem released Mistaken Identity, her second studio album, which entered the ARIA charts at No. 1, spawning 2 No. 1 singles and quickly gained multi-platinum status. In 2005, Goodrem embarked on the Visualize Tour, her debut concert tour of Australia, combining songs from both Innocent Eyes and Mistaken Identity. Goodrem released her third studio album, self-titled Delta, on the 20th of October 2007 to yet another number 1 debut, gaining multi-platinum status within the first few months of release. Goodrem also shifted attention to different markets, releasing the album in the Far East and the USA. In January 2009, Goodrem embarked on the Believe Again tour of Australia to support her third studio album. Her fourth album, Child of the Universe, had 2 platinum singles, Sitting on Top of the World and Wish You Were Here. Her fifth album, Wings of the Wild, became her fourth No. 1 album on the ARIA Albums Chart, while producing the No. 1 single, Wings, and Dear Life, went platinum and peaked at number 3. Goodrem has a total of 9 number 1 singles and 17 top 10 hits on the ARIA Singles Chart. She has sold over 8 million albums globally. Charity work. In May 2005, Goodrem helped launch Teen Info on Cancer, a UK website aimed at supporting young teenage sufferers. In November 2005, Goodrem became an ambassador for Research Australia's Thank You Day, which honours the country's health and medical researchers, and received a Thank You Day Celebrity Advocacy Award, in recognition of her efforts in raising funds and awareness for Australian medical researching charities. Quote, Goodrem is set to be the face of alternative hair, the UK hairdressing industry's top fundraising event, in aid of cancer charity Leukemia Research. Goodrem is also a member of RAD, Recording Artists, Actors and Athletes Against Drink Driving. a group of celebrities raising awareness of the risks of drunk driving. In 2011, Goodrem became an ambassador for the Kinghorn Cancer Centre at Sydney's Garvan Institute of Medical Research. On the 27th of October 2017, she was featured on the Sony Music All-Stars cover of The Beatles, With a Little Help from My Friends, to raise money for the Sony Foundation's project Friends for Youth. Discography: Innocent Eyes, 2003. Mistaken Identity, 2004. Delta, 2007. Child of the Universe, 2012. Wings of the Wild, 2016. Tours. Headlining, 2005. The Visualized Tour, 2009. Believe Again Tour, 2012. An Evening with Delta. The Top of My World Shows, 2016. Wings of the Wild Tour. Supporting. 2009-2010 My Christmas Tour with Andrea Bocelli. America and Asia Leg, 2014. Andrea Bocelli's Passion for Life Tour. Australian and New Zealand Leg, 2015. Ricky Martin's One World Tour. Australian Leg, Stage Show, 2015-2016. Cats. Australia, Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane seasons. Filmography. Stage roles. Awards and recognitions. Official website. Delta Goodrem on IMDb. Delta Goodrem's channel on YouTube.